after a divorce, and after the untimely passing of my father. So that's how I became a writer. And here I am.
From dating to relationships, from sex to love, from Christianity to politics, from darkness to light, you have now entered into the real zone. Welcome to Conversations with Trent, where no topic of conversation is safe from discussion. Now, here he is, Mr. Epic himself, Trent Williams.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We're going to get right back. We're going to get straight into it. We're just going to go right into this topic. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Good evening. Happy hump day.
Happy
I'm thinking it's Thursday. Like, I feel like tomorrow's going to be Friday.
Yeah, it feels like Thursday.
Hey, Shan, is it raining down where is it raining hard where y'all are at?
Not now. It was like yesterday. We haven't had any rain today, though.
It has been, for the past hour, it's been thundering and lightning. So it's hopefully.
Yesterday morning it was. I was not happy.
So we're gonna jump right into this topic.
You ain't gotta rush us into the topic. Like we ain't seen each other talk to each other a couple of days. Can we not catch up and just give like salutations and greetings and whatnot? Like, what's the problem?
Let's get into this topic.
Oh, you want to do that tonight? Excuse me, it is your show, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing, beautiful? How you doing?
I am fabulous, thank you.
Good.
Living the dream.
What up, Nick? What up,
man? What is up?
I got a question for you, man.
Uh-oh.
Can I date your ex?
You just really came out with it, didn't you?
I'm gonna say no. But I say no, but there are so many different dynamic and factors that goes into that. And if it's an ex where we've dated for 6 months, sure, go at it. If it's an ex where maybe we've had some skin in the game, and if it's
is that like literal skin?
No, you know what I mean by skin in the game.
Didn't they used to call it that, the skins?
You've never heard that expression, skin in the game?
I mean, yeah, but I didn't know what that was supposed to be like, a double entendre or something.
Huh. So if it's somebody who I've had built up, skin in the game with, and if it's after a couple years, maybe in 3 years, I would feel comfortable with that. Now, if there is like between 7 and 10 years, that's a different story, right? Because life happens. I've changed in so many different aspects. So no, but there's just so many different dynamics that comes with that.
Yeah, for me, I wouldn't even put a year on it. For me, it'd be a complete no. And for the man code, that's it. No, you never cross another man's door sill.
Ooh.
Never.
What was it? Doorstep? What was it? Door what?
Door sill.
Oh, okay.
A man will never cross his friend's door sill.
Yeah. Because what it's like is, like I was saying backstage, it's almost kind of like you were plotting this all along.
Yeah.
You were just waiting for the right time to slide yourself into the door and be an opportunist.
Okay. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
There's a silent. Nick knows exactly what I'm speaking to. There's a silent code between men when it comes down to dealing with their exes, dealing with their ex-girlfriends, ex-wife. There's a silent code.
Yep.
I mean, the females have that code too. Like, I would not go behind and date anybody that, I mean, even if they talk to them like that, I'm still not going to engage with that person like that. But I was thinking about, because I was like, I know there was a storyline or something about with an actual celebrity where all this happened. So I remember with Shania Twain and her husband, and was it her best friend or her assistant or who? I think that with the girl, her assistant, I don't remember who it was, but her husband cheated on her, and then they got the husband and the woman he cheated with got together. They, left their respective spouses, and then Shania Twain got with the woman's husband.
Whoa.
And they got married. I think they're married. So that I was like, wow. I mean, I don't think I could. Maybe they came together out of having, going through the same, pain. But yeah.
That's to me. That's an extreme violation on both sides, whether it be a woman, whether it be a man. Totally, it's a violation.
Yeah.
So neither one of you have ever even unknowingly talked to, engaged with any females that any of your friends or relatives have ever dealt with. That's good. Okay.
No, it's just they're like Brother Trent said, there are just certain codes that I just live and I die by, and that is definitely one of can't do it.
Yeah, to me that's the disrespect of all disrespects from a friend.
Hey Donna, good evening. Welcome.
What's up, Pooh-Face?
What are you saying really about? What's
Pooh-Face? Don't come in starting trouble early.
No, come on in. I need help. I keep telling the ladies I need help. Please come in, start trouble. But yeah, it's not something that's just between guys. I think it's females too. Now there are females that cross that line. Believe me, there are some trifling and treacherous females, and they really aren't your friend when they do that. But in my opinion, there are females that do that. I don't know. See, I don't. There's something I want to ask, but I don't know.
Hey, remember you signed a non-disclosure, so don't do like you did with Keisha last week.
I'm gonna need you to come back, honey. Whenever you're ready, come right on back. But I didn't do that. Keisha is highly intelligent and very highly in tune. She came in with her own questions.
That's why she pushed me back on my heels. I wasn't ready for it.
So let me ask you this:
Right.
Have either of you ever done, let's say, multi-part like threesomes and stuff with with your boy or your boys,
I will say this.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait. The look on your face. Yes.
My face?
Yes.
So I haven't done what they call a threesome, but what transpired was.
Are you warm, Mr. Williams?
When what transpired was when one of my partners got done, then I went after he got done. Just
what up, Slash?
So is that not the same?
No.
But there go Troublemaker. Keisha D. She's here. How you doing, Miss Troublemaker?
He said she heard a rat piss on cotton.
I can't say for me speaking as
what was your question again for the audience?
So my question was about what is it considered then? Because men seem to have this fantasy about threesomes, right? We're talking about multiple men with the same woman at the same time, whether it's running a train, whether it's a menage a trois, whatever. Y'all running up behind the same female at the same time. So has that ever occurred in anybody's life? I'm just asking.
Yes.
I think inquiring minds in the audience kind of want to know.
Yes.
Well,
I'm honest. Yes.
I have around 1920-ish.
Y'all nasty as
and
y'all just nasty.
I was on the road. I'm not gonna say who was with me.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I'm gonna put them out there like that.
Is that a backstage conversation?
Yeah, but that happened once.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about 19 and 20.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. White. Welcome.
I was like
young military days for me.
I was like 15, 16, and it used to be me.
Wait a minute, you was having things when you were 15 or 16?
Oh yeah. And
hold on, wait a minute. Please be trying to send me a link. Let me close that out.
It used to be like a Saturday. Damn. It used to be like a Saturday thing.
Let's get off of that.
Whoa, no, Mr. Williams, no. Nick is speaking. Let the young man speak.
Hold on.
Nick, continue. It was a normal Saturday.
I'm going to say this as quick as I can. Yes, I've done it. Yes, a couple of partners of mine have done it before. Now let's get back to the topic at hand.
There you go.
That is the topic at hand because to me it's like, okay, y'all. But I think you create that if you're willing to run up behind each other like that, like.
But they weren't romantically inclined. Though.
Exactly.
See,
I was just wondering. I'm wondering what type of men. Hold on, the character and caliber of men that I am actually having discussions and interactions with on a weekly basis. That's all.
Everyone has a past, but when you're in your quick pick days, you're picking up one or two of them. And
what is this, the lottery?
We've already explained what the quick pick is.
Okay.
Brother Alvin, what's happening?
That is true. The girl, the chick is not an ex. That is true. Correct. We're just sharing posts. I want to know, Mr. White, thank you for tuning in. What is that? What were you saying was in your young military days? What
you ain't know?
Be more specific.
You ain't know?
I was in the military too. I wasn't getting ran all in.
No, he said lottery.
Shan, I didn't heard so many stories from
the lottery.
Keith is asking. What Keith is asking? Say what there?
She said, I said the same thing, the lottery. Yeah, right. The quick pick.
Keith said that the quick pick, that's a lingo that Mark and I speak in. We talk about quick picks, and normally you get the quick picks around 2:30 in the morning. What's understood need not be explained. You don't have to call and ask, can you come over? You just go over.
Hey, and if two people are consenting, that's all I'm. So
exactly.
On to another subject about the dating. So
thank you, Mr. White, for clarifying the running trains thing. Thank you.
So the thing is that for me, although I say no, life also too happens in plenty of places. I will say this. For the longest relationship that I've been in, which is almost 4 years, me and her, we're still very good friends to this day. I'm actually going to see her this weekend at some point this weekend.
Is she in Atlanta?
She is.
Oh.
And so, and I'm seeing another friend, a couple other friends of her. But anyway,
you're making the rounds. You're going to be popular this weekend.
You quick picking this weekend, man? You quick?
Right?
I told her where I go. Anyway, would I now, do we have conversations around, because I've also been in a couple of relationships. Remember a relationship after me and her and she's been in one, right? And so we still are able to talk about each other outside, stuff like that, because we're still very good friends. Now, if thank you, Keisha. You see, now, but if it's a homeboy of mine who I knew was trying to holler at that, I'm not gonna lie and say that it wouldn't make me uncomfortable, because it would. Because, and especially if you were in my face and you know how we are, you know that 9 times out of 10, you know how I feel about this person, our history. Not saying you have to get into all the details, but you know how I feel about that person. Exactly. And for me, it's just an honor and code where I'm just kind of like,
Does it matter how it ends? So let's say you had a great relationship, it ended not well and not on great terms. Does it matter?
Don't care.
It don't matter. It don't matter. No is no. Like, no boundary should be crossed. Period. As a man code, you just don't do that to another man. Again, I'll repeat this: you never walk across another man's doorsill. In his absence, when he's there, when he's not there, you never do that. A man does not do that.
Okay.
All these women out here, man.
We've all given our perspective on it. I think, because we've got quite a few folks that are tuning in and in the and leaving comments and in the conversation tonight. So you guys let us know what your thoughts are. Is it something you'd be like, it doesn't, you'd be okay with it? It's not a violation, or something that is just like absolutely a hard no, as Mr. Williams says. And Keisha, that is funny. Her comment was Nick is an effective dater. I don't think I have ever heard that term, but yeah, effective I think would be a good description, a good adjective to use.
Effective.
Yeah. Yeah. So you told us you had a story for us, Mr. Williams. It's like story time on Convo with Trent.
Yeah, well,
I got my water here, so I'm good.
I know. I feel like I need to get playing the Slick Rick song. What's the song? You said so you tucking in for the bedtime story.
Children's
story. Yes,
this actual story is in Romello book. It's in the book, and I haven't shared this with anyone, with no one.
Ooh, we getting something.
While Romello was in that state of paralyzation, while he was paralyzed, a friend of his tried to go in that back door. A friend of his approached the back door, tried to get in it. Not by breaking it in, somebody let him in.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm confused. Wait, what's the back door? Like, is the back door the sexual back door, or what are we talking about?
The back door of you.
There you go, Nick.
By coming yourself into a place that you know is
you don't belong,
out of line, out of bounds.
You out of line. You out of bounds. You out of everything.
So just between us and a couple of people, the folks.
1,000 people, as we saw the views on YouTube, you and I.
Yes.
Nick, they got about 2,000-3,000 people that's looking at this stuff.
But I wonder what they're saying about it. So
it's moving, man. It's
what countries was it? It was like Brazil.
Or the
city. Yeah.
Yeah, it's moving. It's going. The conversation headed back to where it was, man.
Wow. Okay. So Kisa says she asked her 21-year-old son, and he said he doesn't care. He said, "Lets him know you've been watching and waiting, and you nasty."
Exactly.
Big Al said the Gentle Giant said it would be totally out of line.
Exactly.
And Donna, what you mean couple females this weekend? What does that mean? Explain that part. I don't know. But anyway, so this is in the book about somebody being let in, trying to come in a back door?
Yeah, exactly. Why Romello's in the wheelchair, and he's still full recovery. And I'm talking about knee deep in the beginning stages.
Mm-hmm.
And someone tried to come in. Completely violating the code. Says you knew you were not supposed to be there. You knew you were not supposed to be there. And that's a complete and utter disrespect. Total disrespect.
Yeah. Good evening, Mark. So Mark's comment says an ex is one from the past. Yet if someone from your circle, it's a hard no. Real talk. That's
Hey, wait, did that Mark say that? Mark say that?
Thank you for behaving tonight, Mark.
No, Mark, go all in. Go all in. Go all in.
I got your back, Shan. Don't worry, I got you.
Okay, I got you. Please don't start talking that like only language that the two of you understand.
But see, that goes back to what I was saying before. Like it really, because you can be in a relationship with somebody and it ends in 6 months. And to Shan's point, it depends too on how it ends. Because guess what? If it doesn't end well, and I'm not saying that I would do this, but if it doesn't end well. And there's a partner of mine who's like, yo, what's up with you? Woo, right? And I'm just kind of like, man, we broke up, blah, 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 blah. And if I don't want to say, because even with the ex, there's no emotional ties, but if I can understand the psyche of someone even if you break up, but you're still emotionally invested to the point where you guys are friends.
What about the relationship part? Like, you remember the movie Boomerang when Eddie Murphy finally got with Halle Berry and David Allen Greer was the one trying to talk to her first, but it didn't work out and all that stuff?
I was in a situation where...
No, of course you were.
We were just waiting for the right time.
Like, what situation
we were out having drinks.
You was a 12-year-old hoe that thought you had an STD from a girl that shaved. What else?
No, actually, the girl approached. The girl approached me for a drink. Bought me a drink. Purchased me a drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there having a conversation with her, what have you, whatnot. But the guy I was with, he was really liking her. Like he had a crush, serious crush.
That's a good scenario.
I bowed out. Even though she bought me the drink, I bowed out. I say, I think my friend liked me.
That's a good thing too, because so let's say there is no relationship. Now I know we're moving off the topic with the ex, but what if there is no relationship? Because that does happen a lot.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go all the way out.
Into somebody, but that person's not into them; they're into you. Because I'm
gonna go all out and say this. I'm gonna say this. Actually, I was with one of my brothers. We used to have this thing called Horseman Night, and I was out with one of my brothers having drinks. And I thought
that meant something else. I am so sorry.
No,
Yes.
the four horsemen. Remember the four horsemen?
Yeah, but Horseman Night, I was like,
No.
y'all going out like
No, we used to have
quick trips
four
together?
horsemen. I would go out for drinks and dinner and all this.
Okay.
And just so happened this night, I'm not going to name which horseman it was, but it was just he and I because everybody else bowed out on us.
So was he close in age to you?
Yeah.
By 1 year or 2 years?
You're messy. Knock it off.
Because I can tell, I already know it's not the Gentle Giant because he ain't doing it.
The Gentle Giant's in bed by 8:30. Matter of fact, it's past his bedtime right now.
Ooh! Oh, don't let him do that to you, Alvin. Don't let him do that.
So no, but so she bought me the drink. She purchased a drink for me. So I'm drinking the drink. She's having a conversation with me, and he had already told me that he was digging her.
Mm-hmm.
I bowed out.
Mm-hmm.
So here's one of those situations where when he approached her after I bowed out, she started asking, "Wait a minute, your brother gay?" He was like, "What you mean gay?" So she was like, "He don't want to talk to me." He was like, "Nah, he's the one that's like me." But again, just like what Nick was saying a couple of weeks ago, that she asked my brother, "Was he gay? Was I gay?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "What you mean gay?" He said, "What you mean gay?" So he told her, he said, "Nah, I'm liking you."
Wow.
I bowed out. I graciously bowed out.
Yeah. I will
That's what a man's supposed to do. A man's supposed to do that.
Yeah, I know we're 22 after, and we can go ahead and go to a break, because I guess if we're gonna go to a break, because I got something.
I just want to acknowledge Mr. White's comment. So he said, "True friends know which girls are off limits to them. Those lines should never cross."
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly, brother. Exactly.
Okay. Well, are we going to hear more of
Donna saying wow because she know she know who that is.
She knows who is.
Nope. The story I talked about.
Donna. Okay, you got to help Donna.
We're not calling no names, so don't do that.
Well, you got to call names. I just want to hear more like the full story, because I don't know if you really telling the whole thing or not.
I'm not gonna give it all up.
You ain't got. It's in the book though?
Yeah.
If we're on the panel, do we qualify to get an early copy of the book to read?
Yeah.
Oh, see, Nick, there's some perks to this. Look, I always say there's got to be perks in this.
I'm still gonna buy it regardless.
I need my sugar honey iced tea. Boom, bam.
I'm sorry. Well, let's get to these breaks. So
I'm sorry, y'all.
We'll be back after these breaks, folks. We'll be right back.
Check out the creative work of the author Trent Williams of www.taylorkennedymedia.com. Chapter of the Delta gives us a peek at his life-changing events. And if that's not enough, Trent tells you more about his brothers and his life through memoirs in his book, The Four Horsemen. His blogs and daily stimulating quotes are published in his book, Life's Little Addiction. And when you have a need of some human coaching of life and relationships, take a look at Conversations with Trent, Volume 1 and 2, and Conversations with Trent, Limited Edition. You will find his works available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all online book retailers.
Welcome back to Conversations with Trent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're online and want to be a part of tonight's topic, you can do that by dialing 347-324-5327. Press the number 1 to get into the queue so that your voice can be added to tonight's conversation. Now, let's get back to the show.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hey, I just want to say, like, that little last picture of me with my coffee mug, I was good. I was having a good picture day that day.
Are you looking at the
Yeah,
snap?
you normally have a really good picture day. Shan, you're a very beautiful woman, Shan. So
Before we
Hush, Trent, I'm getting built up today. Hush, wasn't it? Continue.
That was it.
Thank you so much. Dude, don't be interrupting when I'm getting my ego stroked.
Did you just call me dude? Didn't I just tell you don't do that?
What you gonna do about it?
Should I say it now or later?
Okay, let me.
Anywho,
I'm behaving. You can really tell, 1, I'm a Leo, 2, I'm an alpha male. And I'm military background, right? And I'm from Inglewood, so I really ain't scared.
So I would say that when I was staying in Memphis and I was around in some cities, like you will have like, the corporate scene, which, I would be a part of as well. But then you will have kind of like what I call the nightlife scene, the arts and things like that. And I will just say this. I have seen people go around and date running in the same circle, running around and dating each other and doing this, all in the same circle in each other's faces. And when it used to get bad, you would see the drama, right? That I've seen wage. You talk about, this is some real Housewives of Atlanta type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And it's kind of like, I don't think people really understand that what that can do to someone's psyche, that that two people are willing to go there with each other, knowing that there's a friend that's on the side as well too, who knows all the business. I don't want to say knows all the business, but they know the business, right? And I'm not saying like that.
Let's go.
So wait a minute. Let's get to these
comments. Let's get back to these comments, because I think Shan's doing that on purpose, because she's normally, moderating all this stuff.
No, I'm not. But make sure we go back, because Donna said
we'll go all the way back, but address Mark, because you avoid Mark's comment.
Oh God, what did he say? Miss Charlie, you're sounding like a real Charlie's Angel up in here, and allow Mr. Epic to lay the game down flat. Besides, the names have been changed to protect the innocent. I am an angel, first of all. I am. Let's make sure we understand that part. I am very much an angel. Yes. So I don't know what game you're talking about, but okay, whatever. But I like, but see, Donna's on it now with it. See, she said Nikki, she knows Nick is planning on hoeing around in Atlanta this week.
That's not.
No, because the ratio is like 20-1 here, women to men. We already know. Just be careful, because there's lots of women that they fine, and they ain't been born women down here. I'm just telling you, they gorgeous. I want to know who their doctors are.
I'm going to have a couple dinner dates.
I'm sure you are, Nick. The same thing we did in Brooklyn with the Dominicanos.
Anywho, that is something that I could not do to some. I could not look which brother.
Yeah, Donna. I want the name, and I want to know which brother too, Donna. Thank you.
We just gonna say number 3. We're gonna leave it at that.
So question for the panel. Question for those that are commenting.
Is that right though? Okay.
Have any of y'all ever experienced what we're talking about tonight?
Me dating somebody's ex?
No. The people who are commenting, our audience. Oh. I'm wondering, have they experienced being either on the receiving end or the giving end of our topic tonight?
You're right, Keith. Atlanta full of crazy. Yes, it is. Good luck is all I can say when you come here.
Mark's in here deep. Let's get to these comments. Let's see.
You gonna read it, or you just gonna laugh at it? You got your glasses on.
You read. Go ahead.
I don't want to read it.
Hey, yo, Nick, that only
You're
has
the author. You should read
high
the story
levels of
to us.
petty and
Oh, Mr. White said he was on the receiving end in high school. Ooh.
My brothers are in here tonight. Let's highlight these. Okay. Just like you asked for help, we got help coming. Help is on the way.
I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of the testosterone.
Man, but this is what I would say. I would say back in high school, even back
Mark,
in high school,
get off the keyboard.
Robert is.
Sorry, Nick.
No, because I'm trying to think, like when I was in high school, even then, and I was young and I was just completely wild, man. But even then, there were just certain that would now I will say this. There have been a time when I have been approached knowing that a friend of mine had dated someone or been in a relationship with someone, and I've been approached that way. But I've always just maintained that I can't do it. And it's not the aspect of the person being attractive. Now, this is my partner here at the same time.
Yeah, that goes back to what we've been talking about with these all these different topics. When I spoke on morals, the whole laundry list of things, loyalty, everything, anything. What are you going to do? What are you going to say when I'm not in the room? Well, apparently, a lot of someone come in the back door. So that was the whole. There's a build up to this whole Romello book. Every single podcast we discuss about, if it's not, something from the book, it's around something that happened within the book. It's a whole build-up. Everything. You guys are going to be surprised. You guys are going to love this book.
I just saw a comment from Mr. White that said that he said on the receiving end of high school, right? So he said it was his best friend and ex-girlfriend got together and a child together.
Exactly.
So what happened to the relationship with your best friend? Because I see Kisa asked, did it affect your reactions in relationships as an adult? And he said no. He said he brushed it off, then have maintained not to bring emotional baggage from previous relationships to any current ones. It's challenging, but that's really.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you. If it was now, I would say, depending on which ex, that I would be like, if it's my best friend who's a guy, and he then knows that me, and I'm just gonna use one of my exes and say we haven't been together in 4 years, right? And he tells me that he gets her pregnant. I'm not gonna say it's gonna have any effect on me, but dog, what you doing out here? Like,
wait. You saying if you're in a relationship for 4 years and your friend went behind your back, you would be okay with that?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I would be like, dog, what you doing? Like, and end up getting her pregnant too. I'd be like, look, he said our friendship disappeared.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so gentlemanly for me, dog. What you doing?
See, Mr. White's latest comment goes back to what I was speaking about earlier. Because he said that our friendship disappeared, but after the years, I'm actually cool with both now. That was over 20 years ago. See, that's what I was saying, that with stuff that's happened so long ago, and when you think about it into today, that's what. Now, would I do that? No, but still,
I mean, it's still at some point, morals still have to come into play. Come on, man. Who wants to go behind their friend? Who wants to go behind their brother? Who wants to?
So, Mr. White, I'm just wondering, how long had you been broken up with your ex before your best friend actually got together with them? Like, what were the circumstances? Was there feelings there before with them, or like what were the circumstances that they even got together like that? Like, we talking about your best friend.
Okay, he said cool meaning cordial, not okay. That clarified a lot. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Well, while we're waiting on Mr. White, I want to acknowledge all the folks from YouTube. Shannon and I were actually going over the numbers behind the scenes on YouTube yesterday, I believe it was. Those numbers are growing back. They're going back to the conversation of years past, and really want to appreciate everybody who's actually tuned in from Brazil to everywhere to actually Seoul. There's a couple of different countries that I used to broadcast in over the years, and really appreciate them. And thank you guys for tuning in. So we want you guys to actually interact with us going forward.
I think he froze up again.
Interact with us going forward, and just to keep the engagement going and growing.
Absolutely.
We very much appreciated all the feedback. Sorry, Brother Trent, when you freeze up, I just take the ball and keep.
Yes, he does. He takes brains.
It's called calling the audible, man. You see?
You got it? Did you get it? Did you have my back? Good stuff, man.
I can't stand y'all. Ladies, please, can I get some more estrogen on here?
I would do the same for you, Shan. Come on. When it freezes up.
Between the two of y'all and then Mark.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But what I was saying is much appreciated throughout the countries and stuff where I used to broadcast from years ago. And just it's good to see those folks coming back. They see me coming back. And that's been a while. It's been a ton of years since I've been gone away. So, and to come back with some nice folks, real nice folks. The lovely Shan and the intelligent Nick. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys.
It said, Mark said, let's keep it a buck. Whether a man or woman, it is a bitch assness move.
That's true.
That is. That's what I'm talking about. That's a hard no.
Say it like that, but yeah, like I said, I've seen it amongst I've seen it amongst circles before, and he said, so wait a minute, Mr. White said they were classmates and he knew her before I did. I never knew he liked her. We got together, then he was shady on how to, oh man. Damn.
So inquiring minds want to know what you mean by shady, Mr.
Because I'm gonna tell you, once somebody is shady like that,
let us know.
Get them. Hold on, where they at? Right here.
You cutting it? You cutting them?
Cut them off. You got to cut them off, man. You have to cut them off. Because
when somebody is proving to be shady like that, like it's one thing to it's a book. I believe it.
He said, "Oh, it's a book." LOL.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100. Let's just keep it 100 because everybody know what the deal is with the Romello book at this point. But Romello is actually me. So Romello that was me. And the guy that attempted to go in my back door was a guy I knew for about 35 years.
So this was a friend? A really good friend?
Yeah.
Wait, your back door with who? With like a spouse or a girlfriend?
It was a girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a girlfriend.
A significant person? Or was this a quick pick?
No, it was a significant person.
I'm learning so many new terms here. Like I feel like I'm getting hip, like I'm hanging out with my teenage kids and I'm learning new words, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like I'm becoming.
Yeah, it was a significant person.
Okay.
And actually, with the scissors, what Nick did with the scissors, that's exactly what I did.
So hold on, excuse me, PSA moment. Alvin, if you're still on there, Donna and I are looking for names and specifics on this other story. You are in the clear, my brother. We know it's not you. So we just want to know the real tea on what was going on.
Knock it off. Anyways.
Okay. Thank you, Alvin. Appreciate you. I'll send you some cookies.
When it comes to but Brother Trent made a very good point as what I say that whether something is a quick pick or it's a person of significance, right? And I'm assuming for the sake of conversation, we're talking about people of significance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, yeah. If it's a person of significance, it's just
that's a hard no. That's a serious hard no. Now, if it was a trick, let's just call it what it is. If it's one of them $40 chicks, hey Mark, you can have them. If it's a $40, hey Mark, you can have them.
Yeah, you saw that. You saw that little meme he posted. I was wearing out the $40 button at the ATM. Like, I still don't know, Mark, how you know how much it costs.
The man, he reads a lot. You see he's well read, so he
ain't that damn well read. I ain't never seen that in no books.
No, that's just funny. like I've seen. I will say that I've seen friendships. I've seen friendships be completely destroyed in real time. Because of, and I'm talking about I've been out at a place when a man was here dating someone that he knew. He dated someone, they broke up, went and dated somebody, and they all kind of knew each other. They all met up at the same place, and when they met up at the same place some years ago,
indeed it is, Keith. Indeed it is.
It was tragic. It was tragic because it's kind of like when you're friends with someone, I just feel like that there, as Brother Trent said, there is just certain, as a friend, loyalty, honor, all of that stays intact.
There should always be a courtesy, man. When you feelings are involved, emotions are involved,
correct,
other people are involved, children are involved. There should always be a courtesy. Yeah, always should be a courtesy.
So is it okay if that courtesy is extended to you and is talked about in advance? Like, let's say they end up.
I would respect the man more if he come to me. I would respect the man more if he came to me and had a conversation with me.
Okay.
Then we could actually be civil, but don't go behind my back and then I have to revert and turn to the person I used to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Just have a civil conversation with me. Tell me what your thoughts are and give me the option to say, hey man, listen, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna go there. I respect him as a man more, but going behind my back will make me want to kill him.
Okay. Thank you, Alvin. I appreciate that. He said he got me. So that Donna, if
wait a minute,
intel, we gonna get the intel, Donna. I just want to say that.
Oh my God,
Al, you remember the Arsman Code? Big man, knock it off, knock it off, Al.
That's why I say they're
yeah, Alvin said it's the cookies for him.
Definitely
that's what he said.
They bring it.
That's my hashtag. It's the cookies.
And I agree with you that it's definitely respecting if they bring it to you first. And I agree with that. And I think that now let me play catch 22.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I get that it's a respecting and we all agree to that. Now, are they obligated to tell you even though you guys have went your separate ways? Are they obligated to come to
I'm selfish. I demand it.
I understand that.
Dang.
How about you, Sister
demand that.
Cheesecake. I got you, Alvin.
How about you, Sister Shan?
You gonna sell me up for a cheesecake?
The intel is coming.
If two people have split for a while, right?
Yes.
And obviously, we all agree on a respecting and playing catch 22. Is that person then obligated to tell you, hey, I want to date such and such, just to get your thoughts and opinions?
Yes. So whether we're close friends or not, if we're in that same circle and you got my phone number and you can text me and you can call me and we hung out, it is definitely respecting. You need to tell me.
You deserve the courtesy. I mean, if it's a friendship, what is it? It's called a friendship for a reason.
Right. So I know y'all probably like my pastime and my stress reliever is, Ratchet TV. I love Basketball Wives. In my mind, me and Evelyn Lozada are best friends. Like we are best friends. And I remember the season they were still in Miami, and Tammy Roman became part of the season. And Evelyn, and now they had hung out, all this stuff, and this is just how the story unfolded throughout the season. Right. Evelyn had previously dated Tammy's ex, but never said anything to Tammy, and it caused a whole big issue at the end. Now, for me, I'm sure a lot of it was done for television purposes. However, for me, being that we're talking about something 20 years ago, you and I weren't even cool then and all that, I still would have been like, wow, if I know that, hey, I dated your ex, now we're trying to be cool with each other, I'm about to let you know. Even so.
Yeah, you found Ratchet TV in there, didn't you? Okay.
Lee, hey, that came the hashtag non-MFing factor. I'm telling you, God, my lips, God scares me and Evelyn are besties.
My good friend and mentor, David, is in here. What's up, Dave? Dave out of New York. If the situation is first discussed between the parties involved, what's the problem? Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave.
Okay, now you see Mark talking about Ayo Charlie. I'm out here in these internet streets. Got to know what it's hitting for. Hashtag $40. Nice you to clean that up.
But to Dave's point, when he said, "What's the problem?" There's always a problem, and where I come from, we just don't do that. we don't backdoor like that. Sometimes backdoor leave you, get you in the bathtub with the sheet hung around you.
Time out.
I
I
would
have an
agree with
issue with the backdoor thing because to me that's a different type of reference. Can we use another reference instead of saying backdoor?
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I see what you're doing, Shane. Now,
Welcome to Atlanta where the play is played.
I will say this. This is
He's frozen again.
It's cool. This is what I will say. I've never. Let me phrase it. I haven't to date been in that situation before. If I would think if I was to ever be in that situation, given who that person is to me, and someone came to me, if it's my best friend and he tells me, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would be like, hey, like, you're gonna be able to do the choices you want to do. But what I will also say too, in drawing that boundary, is being able to say, I don't think that we can be cool no more.
Exactly. This is like Mr. White said earlier. He wasn't a friend in the first place, even if he had that thought process. He wasn't.
Mr. White, I have Mr. White, can you let us know? I know you said it was in high school, so like, what are we talking about? Your senior year of high school where this happened, where you're a little older? I'd be interested to know how long you and the gentleman were actually friends for, that you considered him a best friend. I think that's a fair question. But I'm gonna tell you, what's up? Oh wait, we can handle.
My God, my God, my God.
I'm just saying. Because that is. I'm just gonna be honest. That is a level of hurt that will cut so deep in a man's spirit.
Exactly. It's a little different.
Really? I mean, no, seriously, really?
It's different for a man. Let me tell you something. It's different.
So it's kind of like that thing, and this just came to mind. Totally off subject, but related, so to speak. I feel like you could be saying objection, Your Honor, but I'm like, give me a moment, Your Honor. I'm going to tie it all back in because it kind of relates. So it's kind of like that thing where one can ask you how many people you've had sex with, and you can give like some outrageous number, but the minute a woman says more than 2, it's a whole level of the level of hurt is just ridiculous.
Yeah, but for me, I can't speak for every other man, but for me, but with my past, I couldn't judge a woman if she had multiple sex partners.
Yeah, because I think because you never know. There's so much to unpack there that we can get to a whole nother discussion around that.
I think that needs to be a discussion because I really want to know, like.
I'm not giving up no numbers, so I'm
not asking you for no numbers, but I just really want to know, like, do you have a number that is just like totally like if a woman tells you, let's say you have some Dr. J number, but a woman tells you, she's kind of competing with you. Like, how does that make you as men? Don't answer it now, but how that needs to be a show. How does that make you feel as men when a woman is in competition with your number?
I would give a quick 30-second answer over that. I would say that
Go ahead.
I would say that it depends. Here's why I say that. Some people may have a sex addiction. And when it comes to addiction, understanding that, not saying I would have to be into it, but I would understand it with compassion a little bit better because I understand addiction. So every scenario is different depending on the level of truthfulness and honest what they are with their experience.
I have so many questions for you guys. Like, this is like the first time I've really been able to like kind of get the male kind of psyche on something. So this is interesting. So when you talk about sex addiction, and this is just, side note, sidebar for me. You remember when like Eric Benet was married to Halle Berry and he said he had a sex addiction. Mm-hmm. And I was like, shoot, Halle, we'd have to work that shit out because Eric Benet ain't going nowhere. We going to work this sex addiction thing out, boo. What you want me to wear? When we gonna do this? Where we meeting up? Who am I gonna be tonight? Like, we'd have to work that out. I just don't think she was doing her job.
Isn't that something?
Well, that's not her job to do. That's his because the addiction is his.
You missing it. You missing the point, Nick.
I caught the whole point. I caught the whole point.
He was fine as hell, and he could sing. Boo, right. You ain't got to worry about no sex addiction. I'm gonna fix that. We gonna fix that. What? When? How?
Together.
What outfit you want me to wear? You like this? You want to be
what a handcuffs and a ball.
Exactly.
In spirit, I understand what you're saying. It's just addiction. It's a.
I know. I digress. Like y'all are throwing me off tonight.
Because I'll get into a whole thing with addiction. But anyway.
But you know what, Nick? You said something, and I meant to ask about it because I think you thought you got away from it when you were talking about how you was out there kind of hoeing at like 15 or 16 years old. So I kind of want to know what kind of life was you living as a teenager, sir?
Shan,
at 15 and 16 years old.
Shan, I told you when I was a teenager.
Ooh, Dave just made an epic comment here.
Thank you.
No. You better be
glad I have a mute button for you. When you use the word friend, consider that you'll probably only have one or two of them in your lifetime.
I can't stand y'all. Like, I want my questions answered.
That is my mentor for a reason. That is my mentor.
Okay, well, y'all mentor offline. Nick was answering a question. It was very important. And you just be trying to distract.
No, I was trying to deflect and to redirect. That's what I was doing.
Like I'm sitting here, like I got the 12-year-old hoe in the streets, and I got the 15 to 16-year-old. Like, this is new to me.
So when it gets back to Mr. White saying, "Oh, we had known each other since 8 years old, but he moved away for 2 years, and when he came back, is when it went down." Okay.
But how old? Okay, so you knew each other since he was 8. When did he move? When I'm trying to get an idea of what kind of a time frame we're looking at. So how old was he when he was there with you until for how many years till he moved? And how old was he when he came back? And are they together today, or is it just that they share the child together? And did you like want to go and lay hands on this dude? I know that's a lot, but just let me know.
Man.
So you would have been a sex perfect. You got dang right for Eric Benet. Yes.
What a handcuffs in the bone.
I see what you're saying there, Shan. Like for him to because there's no way if you know someone. Whoa. What are we saying here? What would your feelings towards?
Towards who? Towards who, Donna?
Whoever he was speaking of.
What we're gonna do here is we're gonna talk about this whole thing here about when it comes to the brotherhood code. There's just some things that I just do not.
This is boring. I think we all want to know what was really going down when he was 15 and 16.
Hold on a second, Nick. Nick, if I could talk about at the age of 12, a girl picking me like a boy.
That is like.
So when I was 15, and me and 2 or 3 partners of mine, what used to happen a lot of times in our neighborhood was that we used to run train on girls, and there was one girl in particular where we used to run train.
That is so.
And hold on. So
Nick,
we knew that her mom was working at 7:30 in the morning. So we would get up really early in the morning, and when the roosters would get up, handle our business. One person goes in for a minute, tag team. The next person goes in for a minute, tag team. That's what it was.
Okay then.
That's
okay. So Mr. White, wait a minute. I got to go back to this. He said he laid hands on him. Damn, Mark. You know what? That's a thing I didn't. Are you sure he 5'1"? Because now that changes everything. Like I've had this fantasy.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
He is only 5. I got to Google that. Hold on. I please say it ain't so, because that really changes.
I forgot to tell you that Mark's on the research team.
Oh, hold up! Like you see, I'm Googling right now. Oh my God! You about to crush my dreams.
We didn't come to play.
I can't stand y'all. Y'all so disrespectful to me at times.
It says that he's 5'11".
5'11". Hold on. How tall? Hold on. Ooh, yes.
Oh my God. Anyway,
y'all, he's 5'11". In your face, Mark.
I can't say that wasn't that was what it was. Like when we were young and we didn't have.
Hey, Mark said, "Stop snitching on yourself, Nick."
When we were young and we didn't have that type of guy, that type of thing was cool to us, right? And
Oh, David has a comment about Halle Berry and Eric Benet.
He says to Eric Benet, Halle might have just been another brick in the wall. Maybe he didn't need fixing. Halle seems to be relatively happy now, so maybe Eric was just a stop on the train. That's true. She does seem to be very happy. I do follow her on social media. Yeah. But, my whole thing was just kind of like fun and games. Like, we just would have had to work that out. He was just, that he was in his prime then to me, and then the singing thing. So but it was like, we would have figured that out.
I have a question, though. Obviously, we're like regular people here. But just imagine, to the umpteenth degree, speaking of celebrities who will date somebody, they break up, and they turn around and date somebody because I don't know.
They date each other's friends.
Yes.
Oh, that's LA. That's LA. That's how LA used to get
down. Hold up. See, we almost forgot because I have read a book or two that's written by Mr. Williams Hill.
Wait. What you about to talk about? First of all,
I'm about to talk about this circle of friends because Mark made a reference to that earlier about we all in the same circle. And with chapter of the Delta, weren't all those Deltas in the same circle? Like, were they passing you around? What was really going on?
I love to be handled sometimes.
He probably did cheat on Halle with a thick chick, but that's okay. I'm thick in the right places.
But
he and I could have worked it out, Mark. But I digress. Let me go back. Don't be trying to just one sentence answer me, Mr. Williams. Okay, we have already discussed there was you had some hoish ways, or Romello had some hoish ways, right? We know that. You wrote about it. You put that out there. I didn't just come up with this by myself. You put it out there to let us know you was a hoe. Okay, you've already said you was Romello, so I can actually reference you. It's a fact. It's not an opinion. It's just a fact. You was a hoe. Now, so really, what was that about though? Because that's kind of like the same thing. You weren't respecting the code of anything then. You was like going through a bunch of sorority sisters that all knew each other and were friends. Including your ex-wife, correct? Like she was friends with them too, right?
Yeah.
That's all in the book. People, don't come at me. It's in the book. Buy the book, read the book. I'm telling you, 90 minutes I read the book. 90 minutes.
And what was your question?
I just want to know, like, how does that kind of, roll up into this whole situation of like the code, and you don't come in.
When I was Romello running around the country like that.
But what did it apply? But you were still Romello.
I made the rule.
Hold on. Because you still had the same thought process that you said before you became the so-called changed person. And you was Romello, like you didn't want no dude, one of your friends or your boys running up behind you with some stuff that you had already ran up in, right?
Dang, you know what? Damn.
You got it. I mean, you got it, but that's just what it was. That's what happened.
Damn.
And that's how it happened.
And Shan, Shan, you just brought up a question that you just raised something that even let's take even if the dating of the ex is out of it. What if is that there are two people who are close friends, and a man goes and has sex with two women. They're like the two friends.
Let me go back and clean this up because they got thousands of people looking at this stuff here, and this is as far as with that book. With the book,
I'm just asking.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. When I was dealing with all those different women, as far as from that period, from that book, from the chapter the Delta. Morgan and Romello hadn't been to that point.
Been to what point? Where sexually?
Not sexually. I'm talking.
What point are you talking about?
A commitment.
I mean, I get it, but did you have to have a commitment, like a real, like let's just say you may not have been in love with a female or one of your friends, but you had relations, y'all were cool, y'all hung out,
I'm just gonna say it how it is.
You still have been okay with one of your friends running up behind you with this person out after you were done. I mean, and I say that, and it's funny and all this other stuff, but I say it because it's kind of that whole double standard thing with the men and the women, right? It's that whole it's okay, like. Men, and I'm just saying this in general, not that it applies to all, but just generalizing, y'all don't want any of your friends to have been with anybody that you've been with. You don't want them to taste the nectar. You have
let
a
me ask you
problem.
something. Shannon, let me ask you something.
Yes.
What James Brown said? What did he say?
I don't know. He said a lot of stuff, but he dead now.
Man's world.
But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. So let's remember.
Absolutely.
Okay. But the point is the double standard. How you guys feel it's okay for you not to want somebody to have something that you've had, but it's okay for you to keep going back and have everything else that you want.
And what a way to use me up. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No, I can see that because Shannon goes back to like I was telling you before around, and what I see in the comments here too is that you see two girls who are very close knit friends.
Hold on, Mr. White talking about Superhead here. One second, we got to highlight this comment.
How did Superhead become famous? I thought she gave Superhead. Wait, what you talking about there, Mr. White? Yeah, okay, Donna. Yeah, he did say it was brother number 3. So I think I don't know what that's. I think we need some backstory. I think we need some like maybe off camera convo about that. So I think if Alvin gets that cheesecake, we might get a little bit more intel on that.
So Brother White says it's not a double standard. It's simply standards. If those women had the same code, they wouldn't do it.
Ooh, nice save, brother.
Don't jump on that. Don't jump on that, Mr. Williams, because it is a double standard. Because you're saying it was okay for you to run around and be with a bunch of in a circle of women that were all friends.
I'm more comfortable using Romello.
You can't have Romello. Okay, it was okay for Romello to run around and be with the same circle of females that were friends, right? Because regardless of where you live, when you're in a sorority, you're sisters, regardless, right? So there should have been a code, but it was okay for Romello to do that. But had Romello been in a fraternity, it wouldn't have been okay for one of his bros to come up and run around. You know what I'm saying? Or for his group of bros, you know. So that part it is a double standard.
I get it. But you know, Romello was Romello.
I'm just saying, I was making my point. I know I play and I joke a lot and I come on here and I you know, I try to look cute and be all. But at the end, I do have a point, and I do have to, you know, play that little devil's advocate when it comes to the women, because, you know, it's always a double standard. You guys feel if a woman says that she slept with more than 2 people, and you better be the second one, y'all got a problem with it. But y'all can be out here sleeping with about 1,000 women, and we supposed to be okay with the crap that you bringing us. I'm just saying.
Again, I'll reference the late great legend, Mr. James Brown. It's a man's world.
You can reference it. You can reference it, and the man can be the hair, but the woman is still the neck, and you ain't doing nothing.
I totally agree.
Right?
Look how you running this platform here. I'm just here.
Hold on. We gotta. So what's funny? Hold on. So it's okay. So what's funny is men want to try to run through the female population, but fail to realize that what they are running through now has already been run through in many cases.
That's very true. That's very true, Mr. Williams. Very true.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. Once that's David, the wonderful David. My mentor, David.
But you know, and I'm going to be very serious. I have 3 teenage girls, so I'm on extra high alert with and trying, you know, people again forget my own stuff as a single female out here having to decipher, you know, who's legit and who's not from my own stuff. But I've also got to deal with that with 3 young women who are you know up and coming and you know getting ready to get out there themselves. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
Mark says the game is cold but fair.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It is cold, but no, it's not fair.
I don't know if the game is fair. What I would say is that if it was fair, then we would see, then we would judge each other accordingly if it was fair. The question is that it's not fair, which is why we have the double standard, right? Mm-hmm. So, but Shane, going back to your point about how I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine how you try to relay that to, you have 3 daughters, right? Mm-hmm. 3 daughters, right? So like, I can only just imagine trying to, I can only imagine it's especially in today's climate, because Today's climate is just much different than it was 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. White has a comment as well. You did you see that, Shannon?
Yeah, he said it's okay to try, but the females, if the female, I'm assuming of this, if you're saying if the females say no, then Romello would not have the opportunity to run through those friends. However, on the inverse of that, Mr. White, Romello knows they're friends. He knows they know all each other. So where are his morals?
Yeah, but
where does his character and his standards come into play? And I get it, young out there doing whatever you do, but I mean, it should also be that thing where he shouldn't even be engaging people that he knows are friends like that.
Right, Shan. But in spirit, I'm with you. But it takes two to tango.
Exactly. And to be honest, and to be fair, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. To be fair, even before I touched down in the city of Detroit or New York or over in Canada, they knew exactly who Romello was. I was approached. Period. They already knew. I felt like I was tossed around.
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell, like, was you loaded with money or something? Like, what the hell was it that they was all approaching? Like,
I'm not sure.
When I read the book, I was just like, sure. Is this all true? Because remember, I asked her, like, is this true?
It's actual facts. Actually, the one that.
What the hell was you doing? Like, was you packing 13, 14 inches or something? Like, did you have a
smart glass of conversation? A smart glass of conversation.
Conversation rules the nation, baby.
That's it.
I just don't get it. But let's say, how would Romello feel about himself now, having been that way? Let's go back. You have daughters.
I give them the game. I give them the game. I do not,
because y'all out here sleeping. Not y'all, but there are men that are out here sleeping with all these women, right? But you sleeping with somebody's daughter.
I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that. But here's where it comes, where the former has to meet the present to understand exactly where he's been.
Okay.
The former cannot exist without the present.
Right.
okay.
So once the former met the present, I was okay. I was fine. Okay. I was okay. But you have to know one have to know oneself to move ahead in life. I'm cool with the mistakes I've made. I'm very cool with them. Very
so
cool.
Mr. White said Romello was wild and void of morals, and women knew that. Mark said, "So, you needed money, Mr." And he's like, "Mr. Epic." And David said, "Whoa, now this is gonna be my new bestie." David said, "I'll tell you if you're interested."
Whoa, David,
David and Alvin. David, what you want? You want a cheesecake or you want some cookies?
I tell you if you're Lord have mercy.
Yes. Yes, because I just really be thinking we don't get the whole truth. And I don't think everything is in the book. I think there's just enough in the book. I don't think we get everything though. So yes, I
would say this. One of my best friends who I went to New York with, and
Dominicana
used to be a running mate of mine. And
what kind of running mate? Is this a male or a female? This is a
male. Road Warriors. You know where I'm going, Brother Trent. When I say road, Legion of Doom. You know where I'm going with that. So we would talk about. We don't talk about nearly as much because we both have grown, immensely as men and things like that. But every so often, I'll get a text, and I'll be like, man, it just was. Now I still will say this though, because going back to the point of I forgot who made it, but around the idea of like, here's a man or woman and they see a group of friends, they're a person who's a group of friends. If there is consent in there, and obviously two people have to consent, then there is some accountability on both sides. Whenever there's consent, there's accountability on both sides. So regardless, even if that person knew that this person was friends and stuff like that, that person does as well too.
Very true.
Here's what, and I'm glad you brought that up, because here's the thing to, as far as Romello and Morgan. Morgan knew this. And Morgan was friends with every last one of them. Damn. And Morgan ended up marrying Romello.
Ain't no way. I'm like Aretha. Ain't no way.
Morgan knew this. So I'll leave you with that. So who's the real pimp?
Was she a pimp though? I mean, that's for you to tell us. Romello married her.
I don't know.
Did you get pimped? Was it tricking or was it invested?
That was an investment there. There was no tricking going on there. That was investment.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think this has been very enlightening and educational. Very enlightening.
I must say this, like my present girlfriend, that's an investment, a huge investment.
Oh, we need to meet this person. I got questions.
I'm very private, so no, it's not going to happen. Sorry.
Well, just so y'all know, since y'all call me the serial date, I can't believe that this all kicked off, and I'm even on here based off
a serial date.
Y'all butting into my personal life, calling me a serial date.
Nobody butting into it. You volunteered the information too.
I didn't volunteer. I volunteered that I like to eat and I don't mind. Oh no, I'm just.
Hey, look what happened. Look what happened. You're on a platform and countless of cookies sold later. After going out,
y'all just butting into my life, into my personal life. Got people out here thinking I'm wilding out in these Atlanta streets. Like it is so not like that.
You ain't. I will say this. It ever since kind of just coming on and hearing like your perspective and things like that, like it is very much needed. I'll say that.
Am I like the little ray of sunshine sprinkling little fairy dust on y'all?
Is this the stroking of the ego? So I say that to say that we never know like how simple conversations can really manifest into, larger ventures and things like that. So what you may see as, hey, this is what it was, me serial dating and things like that. Well, maybe that's true, but look look where the blessing is manifesting itself into.
I want to put my disclaimer on there because I was not serial dating.
See, I'm trying to see, Brother Trent. You see, I'm trying to look. You see, and here she.
And all I'm going to say,
I can't stand y'all at times.
All I'm going to say is there's some random guys, and she got some free dinners.
Everybody that I've ever gone out with has been very significant in my life. Thank you very much.
I look at them as random guys. It's random.
Well, you look at a lot of stuff as random. I'm like, you was a hoe. I don't take that as. I don't take
Romello
that. He just said he was Romello. That is a fact. I'm not stating opinion. No, I'm not a serial dater, Mr. White. Like I don't get it. Just because I go on my little profile thing and the stuff just keeps moving because there's just so many. It just like the little wheel just keeps turning and turning and turning and turning and turning because there's something. I'm just playing. No, I am not a serial dater. You guys are not going to label me like that and put me out there like that. That was the whole point of me doing that.
Yeah.
You got in my business, labeled me as something that I was not.
Let's tell the audience that and then tell the folks about these cookies. But
I'm not telling people about no cookies. I'm not telling people about no cookies to y'all. Apologize and clarify that I am not a serial dater. Now.
Shan, I apologize for calling you a serial dater.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
Mr. Williams, what's up with you?
Tops and Bottoms, the wonderful sponsor of tonight's podcast.
Well, thank y'all, little folks. I'm logging off now.
You're not a serial dater, okay?
Thank you. Right. I appreciate that. Please don't put my name up there in these streets like that because that was not true. It was not. No, because you guys always say it just like the height.
But I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
You gotta be that.
I'll be honest here. I'm the only one on a platform in a serious relationship.
Whoop-de-doo for you. Whoop-de-freaking-do for you, sir. Is you gonna write about it? Is that what is it like? What we get? Wait a minute, you talking about tops and bottoms, and I'll talk about tops. Everybody knows the cookies are the bomb. Believe all the hype. It's an experience. It's not just a cookie. I'm not lying when I tell you these cookies are fabulous. Everything I bake is fabulous. Whether you want a red velvet cake, whether you want a peach cobbler cake, whether you want a strawberry cheesecake, whatever, key lime cake, it's all fabulous. Yes, I bake. Yes, I cook. If any of you are my personal friends on Facebook, you saw what I fixed last night with that teriyaki glazed salmon and my couscous and that asparagus and mushrooms.
Good stuff.
Y'all think I can't cook? I'll be right up in there butt naked with my heels and my apron on. Bloop,
So
Sorry.
where can we find you? So where can
Y'all
we
see,
find
y'all
you?
missed that. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. You missed it.
So
That's
where
why
can
it
we
is.
find-
Y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. When you go for the playback, you'll hear me. Y'all will hear it, and you'll understand that you missed it. I'm
Go
just
ahead, Nick.
saying.
What you saying, Nick?
No, I was saying, Chen, tell people where they can reach you at for if they want to get
Is this for my dating site or my cookies?
For the cookies.
for the cookie Shan. Oh my God.
Knock it
Hey,
off.
Sharika talking about, oh, she is on one tonight, girl.
She
You
definitely
always
is.
look, Sharika, that's my mark right there. Sharika is my mark. The
How you doing,
goes to the
Sharika? Very nice.
it goes to the grave, girl.
Conversation.
It goes to the grave.
Welcome to
But
conversation.
it's tabs, TABS, ediblecreations.com, and I am on Instagram and Facebook at tops and bottoms ediblecreations.com.
Good stuff, real good stuff. Hey man, it's a wonderful conversation. Actually, I wasn't feeling up to jumping on tonight, but it was pretty good. I felt good about it. Good stuff. Maybe we could actually do a recap and come back. Go ahead.
Donna, you was my bestie. She said she nailed it, brother. Log off. That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all so silly.
Ladies represent. Thank you for coming in tonight. I appreciate you, Keisha, Sharika, and Donna. We need to.
You know what? I am glad for the female energy in the engagement today.
Yeah.
I am very much glad of that.
Even Precious said I was on it, didn't you, Precious?
Good stuff, man. So until next week, well, actually until Sunday.
I won't be here until next Wednesday because I'll be driving back.
That's right. You'll be driving back.
Yeah.
You gonna have a hot boy summer in Atlanta?
That's none of your business.
Good answer, Nick. Good answer.
If he want to take a girl home with him that night, it's none of our business. But it is our business because you've been on here enough with me, Nick, to know I'm gonna ask you. Right?
Yeah, but I've also been on here enough to know how to answer it as well too. Wink, wink.
No.
So, man, I'm gonna catch y'all next week.
All right,
I
man,
got some folks out in these Atlanta streets,
Lord
Nick. I'll be watching.
Lord have mercy.
You gotta take care. Talk to you later soon.
Good night, everybody.
Okay.
Conversations with Trent in conjunction with Taylor Kennedy Media and your radio network would like to thank you for calling in and listening to tonight's episode. We hope that tonight's conversation offended you just enough to turn your mirror inward to come back for more. So until next week's conversation, be epic.